Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to our Wednesday webinar series. And today we're going to be covering Cora Cora Maldives, a really beautiful all-inclusive property that's amazing for families and diving and lots of other things. And yeah, one of our favorite hotels that we sell. So we've got Vishen, who's the Director of Sales at Cora Cora, who's going to be talking us through the property in the presentation. And throughout, if you do have any questions, then please feel free to write them into the question box. At the end, I'll ask them to Vishen. And if you think of anything afterwards, then don't worry, you can always send me an email and I can check up with him. And if you're having any problems hearing or seeing anything, then just let us know as well, and we can see if we can fix that. So yeah, without further ado, I will hand over to you now, Vishen, to talk to us about Cora Cora.
Perfect. Thank you, Olivia. Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for connecting today. And I know all of you must be busy, but I won't take too much of your time. But thank you for everyone joining and giving me this opportunity to present to you Cora Cora. Some of you must have heard about us, but never been, or you must have sent one or two of your clients, or you're waiting for me today to give you a bit more information so you can make the next booking, right? So Cora Cora Maldives, we opened in October 2021. So we completed 2 years last October. And now we are officially moving towards our third year in 2024. We have had a very good 2 years, I must say, as a brand which came into the Maldives with a bit of a freshness, if I may say, with a resort position with a good premium all-inclusive, what people have always been wanted, have always asked, and we are all about freedom. That's our motto, is freedom time, and that resonates in everything we do at Cora Cora, starting from booking it all the way until you arrive in the Maldives and enjoy freedom while being on holiday. That means no restrictions, eating well, drinking well, wellness on a daily basis, or if you choose not to do anything because you're busy at home, you've got a lot going on here, and you choose to come to the Maldives at Cora Cora, literally just to sit on the hammock and do nothing. So the resort is positioned as a 5-star contemporary style. As I mentioned just now, it's a premium all-inclusive, the gourmet meal plan. I'll explain to you a bit later on the F&B part. We are in the northwest of Male, 178 kilometers, which is technically 45 minutes by seaplane from Male to Cora Cora, door to door. There is 2 modes of transportation. The preferred one is seaplane, where 99% of our guests arrived. And then you have a domestic options also, where you can take a flight from Male into Ifuru Domestic Airport, which is also located in Raa Atoll. And that takes you about 50 minutes. And then there is a 20-minute speedboat ride from Ifuru Airport to Cora Cora. The resort itself compromises of 4 restaurants a la carte and 2 bars. Other services are, we have a paddy dive center, water sport, spa, well-being center, a fitness center, and a kids club. So we are a family-oriented resort. Now, before I go too much into details with the inventory, with the F&B offerings and the spa, I just wanted to show you the island map here, just for you to have an understanding as I progress into the presentation. So you have that in mind. The island is not so big or not so small. It's quite decent size, 700 meters in length and 250 meters in width. Take about 15 minutes approximately to walk around the island. I don't know if you can see it on the screen here where my cursor is moving. You have this pink circle where all the outlets are located, so which make it very easy for all our guests to move from outlet to outlet. You don't have to worry about buggy, you don't have to worry about taking a bike to go from point A to point B. So all 4 restaurants is within that circle, the reception, the kids club, the water sport, spa, so everything is here. And then on this side of the island, which is on the right side, you have all the beach villa. So on this side, there's no bars, no restaurant. So it's very quiet. And then on the left-hand side, you have one jetty, which connect all the water villas. So here on this side is where you have the good part of the house reef. I mean, we have a very beautiful house reef, if I may say. It is as good as you can get in the Maldives today, unfortunately, with all the challenges, environmental challenges which the Maldives is facing with coral bleaching, etc. The water is getting warmer. But at Cora Cora, especially in the northwest, in Raa Atoll, we are still very blessed when it comes to the underwater world. Divers do like it, and we've got a lot of dive spots, nearby Cora Cora, 20-25 minutes by Donny, where you can still see a lot of marine life. But for those who doesn't dive, we have a beautiful house reef with still a lot of fishes, a lot of good corals, still intact, and I will show you later on how you can view our coral life. Now, when it comes to the accommodation part, we have an inventory of 100 keys split into 9 categories. We've got the beach villa, the lagoon villa, which are perfect for families. You also have the 2-bedroom family villa, and the option is with pool or without pool. So that's hence the category is into 9, but it's very easy to understand it while you see the rates, and you will understand a little bit better why the rate reflects for each category. Now, when it comes to the beach villa, this is the entry level on the land category, 68 square meter. It takes 2+2, which is amazing. Why? Because a family of 4, if they have children under 12, traveling with them, the children stays for free. So up to 2 children under 12 stays for free in the beach villa. So I think it's a steal when you look at the rate itself, and with a premium all-inclusive inclusion, which we'll see later on in the presentation. That type villa comes with a pool or without a pool, and then you have the beach suite, which is similar to the beach villa which we just saw, but this one comes with a living room next to the actual beach villa, and the swimming pool is a little bit bigger. I would suggest this to a family traveling with teenagers, with young adults, and if they want to have a bit of privacy and they want to have a bit more space, that will be a good villa to take on if their budget does not match to take the family villa, which is on the screen here. The 2-bedroom with pool or without pool, again, it's a steal. When I mentioned about the rate, when you compare it with the actual offering, with the actual inclusion, it's value for money, regardless of the season your guest is willing to travel. Either it's low season, shoulder, high season, even peak season, festive. Those villas get booked a year ahead. After each festive, we are getting requests for the next festive. So just sharing some points out here for festive in 2024. Please look out, because we don't have much available now. We got only 5 units left, and we're already having requests over festive because the rates are competitive. The Lagoon Villa is our biggest inventory with 37 units. It takes 2+1. There can be some exception of a 2+2, but ideally it's a 2+1, just to make sure of the comfort of the guests, that they are not stepping on each other. And it's a very nice lagoon, over 100 hectares of lagoon at your disposal. Good, easy access to the house reef from your lagoon villa or your lagoon pool villa. Again, that lagoon villa is our entry level in our inventory. Good value for money, and if ever someone is coming for the first time in the Maldives and don't have that, healthy or bigger budget, that will be the one to look at, the lagoon villa. Duplex lagoon pool villa, we have 2 units of those. One is facing sunrise and sunset. It's technically the lagoon villa, which we just saw, but it's a duplex, so a little bit bigger, similar to the beach suite, which is on land. someone who has a bit more budget or want to have a bit more space, that would be ideal for them. And it's the different experiences also that, you know, the master bedroom is one level up. You have this panoramic view from morning until evening. So it does have a different feeling here. And you don't see that very much in the Maldives. There's only a few resorts in the whole country which has this kind of water villa duplex style. The 2-bedroom lagoon pool villa, we have 1 unit of those. This is again a steal with a pricing with a price point, and that also get booked in advance, at least 90 days out. So anyone who wants to book the lagoon, the 2-bedroom lagoon pool villa, you need to be very quick and well in advance to be able to reserve this this good value for money, if I may say, family villa. It comes with a slide. That's the only villa which comes with the slides in our inventory, and there is a lot of amenities which come with it. And you have direct check-in villa. You've got complimentary laundry during your stay. You've got 2 bottles of your preferred alcohol, which we will place for you prior to arrivals, and you have access to the team 24 hours. So this is this exclusive services is only for our 2 bedrooms villa categories. Moving forward, as I mentioned earlier, we are a family-oriented resort. So we have a kids club, Cora Kids, which is open from 3 to 12 years old. Babysitting facilities available upon request. Very important to highlight, we have kids menu in all our restaurants, and then of course all the other amenities, the infant amenities, you can request it prior to arrival. That will be shared with you. And then we have other activities. We have a daily activities for all our kids from 3 until 12. And I will show you also later how you can access all this information without contacting Hummingbird or the resort, but the client can see it by themselves and very easily accessing all this information from their mobile phone. Now comes the most important part, the F&B offerings. Why I say it's the most important part, because when it comes to the Maldives, if I may say, everyone has the same beach. It's the same blue lagoon water. Everyone has a palm tree, right? And but where we differ a little bit is what we can control, and that's F&B offerings. The quality of food we put in front of our guests, the quality of beverages we handpick, we curate. So and that's what differ Cora Cora since we opened. When it comes to the premium all-inclusive segment, that there is a huge focus, a lot of effort is put into the dining experience. So to start with, we have a dine-around options within the all-inclusive meal plan. So 4 restaurants a la carte, where you can choose where you want to dine. There's no restriction. There are no minimum of nights. There are no resort credit. So again, that freedom is there for the guests to choose from. So we start with Taza, where you can have your breakfast, lunch, dinner. So breakfast is semi a la carte and buffet. Your lunch is a la carte daily, and your dinner is a la carte daily. So if you see something which is a little bit different here is the opening time. So most resorts in the Indian Ocean, not just the Maldives, most resorts, lunch will be finishing around 2:30, and the restaurant will be closed 3 o'clock, and they will start doing the mise en place for dinner. Whereas Cora Cora, we keep it open until 4, and that giving you the freedom to have even a late lunch. You don't have to have the stress. For example, let's say you've been on an excursion, you went diving, or you went on a snorkeling safari, or you went to a local island, and you came back to the resort at 2 o'clock, and most of you get stressed. You are, oh, I'm a bit hungry, but you can't wait until dinner time. But at the same time, you don't want to pay a hefty price on the in-villa dining, you know, and all that come into your head, and you don't want this to happen while you're on holiday and start thinking about pricing. So the restaurant is open until 4. You can walk in, and have your lunch until 4 p.m. And if you decide not to have your lunch there, you can do a takeaway, the grab and go concept, where you can just order and take it back to your villa, or go on the beach, or choose one of the hundreds palm trees on the island and sit there and eat your meal. And that all is included in your premium all inclusive. You don't have to worry about any supplements. Twice a week, we do a buffet dinner, Sunday and Thursdays. So Sundays is a fisherman catch barbecue, and every Thursday we have the Maldivian cuisine, and which follows by some folkloric dancing, local dance, which is called Bodu Beru. So it's more of a Maldivian evening. But the Sunday one is the fisherman catch, where a lot of people look forward to this. Also because it's seafood, a lot of people, associate themselves with seafood and being in the Maldives. And additionally to that, we give lobster for free, no supplement. So it's a bit unheard in the premium all-inclusive resort, where the guests are getting lobster part of a buffet evening without any supplement. So this is to show you the level of our culinary offerings at Cora Cora. And remember what I just said a couple of minutes ago, with the price point and what we are offering, it's a bargain, it's a catch. You really cannot, if I may say, cannot compare what we are providing here. The second restaurant is our Italian restaurant, open for lunch and dinner. So lunch is without reservation, but dinner you will need to reserve your table. And I'll show you later on how all this can be done easily, without you having to write to the resort, but the guests themselves or your client themselves can do it at their own comfort of their home. So this restaurant, Italian cuisine, authentic. It's located by the pool. You have that $1 million view, which is the pool and the ocean staring at you for lunch and dinner. Also, you have a nice, beautiful view, because most of the time you have the moon shades over the ocean, so you can't really not have a good time here while you're having your meal. So that's the second restaurant which is included in your meal plan. The third restaurant is Ginger Moon, our Southeast Asian restaurant, open for dinner only, require reservation well in advance. From 6:30 until 10:30 it's open. This restaurant is managed only by ladies. What I mean by that is we wanted to create a concept where we go towards the direction of women empowerment, especially in the hospitality industry today. It's very hard to attract women to come to the Maldives, especially, which is a long way and very remote island, to leave their loved ones at home and to come and work. It's a very difficult, if I may say, difficult approach. But here we wanted to showcase a restaurant where, the ladies can do the job equally to how the guys are doing it in the kitchen, in the front of house. The team, 60% of the team in the restaurant have been with us since the pre-opening. And we've got Chef May from Thailand, we've got the restaurant manager from Thailand, also chef from the Philippines, the bartender from India. We've got the restaurant hostess from Kazakhstan. So it's a good mix there, and guests do love this buzzing because it's an open kitchen. So you do hear the wok, you do hear the chef calling the orders. So it is an entertainment in itself, and one of my favorite restaurants at Cora Cora. The fourth restaurant is our Japanese restaurant, Teien, open for dinner also from 6:30 until 10:30, a la carte. 3 types of cuisine here: teppanyaki, sushi, and kushiyaki. That is included in your premium all-inclusive meal plan. The teppanyaki dinner is not included. That's the only dinner experience which is not included in the premium all-inclusive. I think you would understand why. It is an experience on itself. There's an interaction with the chef. So there's 3 types of menu here available, and the supplement, as I call it, is a small token. It's $110 per person, and your beverages is part of your all inclusive. So the only thing you are actually paying extra here is that entertainment and that special teppanyaki menu. It is a hit. We need to book it in advance, obviously, because we can take a maximum of only 8 packs per seating. So there's one seating starting at 6:30, and the second seating starting at 20:45, 8:45. So 2 seating per day. My coffee, cafe and bar. Also my favorite part on the island, next to Ginger Moon. This is a place, I will call it a communal area where you can come and have your quick fix cafe. Far better than Costa Coffee or Starbucks or all your commercial one you have back home. We've got guests who actually, you know, raving about the coffee, the quality of the coffee we are roasting on the island, and we do sell them. Quite a lot of guests do buy them and take the beans back home. My coffee open from 6 o'clock in the morning until midnight, 7 days a week. You could go there and, you know, and have not just your coffee, but homemade gelato up to 10, 11, 12 flavors, your healthy shot, smoothies, a sandwich, a caprese, a glass of wine, a glass of sparkling wine, a glass of champagne. Champagne is included in our premium all inclusive, not just sparkling wine or wine, but champagne from France. So, you know, that freedom is there for you to indulge yourself in that premium all inclusive. You don't have to sign any bills. You know, we're not flashing you know, the prices at you, so you do have that freedom that you are really on a holiday here, and you have access to 4 restaurants and 2 bars. And if ever, for example, you're not a big eater for lunch, you can just go to My Coffee and have a light lunch. You can have a caprese, as I mentioned, or a sandwich, and have a coffee, or have one of your favorite beverages. So all that is included in your premium all inclusive. As I mentioned earlier, with the grab and go concept, if ever you you know, you want to do a takeaway, you can go to any of the outlet, and there's a dedicated menu for the takeaway. And we don't have in-villa dining at Cora Cora, so hence that grab and go is working super well, where the guests can just go and grab it themselves, and you don't have to sign anything, and there's no supplement for that. When it comes to entertainment, very important on an island, we have resident DJ, which is playing 6 times a week. We have the live band, which is playing every Thursday and every Sunday on the island, and you have the solo artist also, which is mixing throughout the whole week. So you do have entertainment on a weekly basis at Cora Cora, so you not feel bored in the evening. When it comes to additional experiences, you have the stargazing tower, where we do have the possibility, where we give the opportunity to have a dinner there, where it comes a supplement. It's not part of the premium all inclusive. It's quite unique because not many resorts in the Maldives do have this kind of tower. This one is 10-meter high. You do have a panoramic view of the island, and other destination dining or possibilities will be a lunch in the lagoon, private screening, cinema, wish to come and get married in the Maldives, or renewal of vows, or floating breakfast. All that come with a small supplement, which is not included in your premium all inclusive. Now, what comes a little bit different now is Cora Cora has its own museum, recognized and certified by the Ministry of Art and Culture of the Maldives. This island has a lot of history, so it's been there for many, many, many years, and it has the history of you know, ancestors living there, where they were ruling the Raa Atoll, and you have 2 sunken baths, as you can see on the screen. Those was dug by men, and it was collecting water when it rained. So we are surrounded by ocean, so those water was used for cooking, for bathing, for personal use. So those wells are still here, and we kind of preserved it now we kind of put a roof on top of it. And there's a whole history about it. And there are artifacts which was found on the island also, which are on display. So there's a whole history and a whole storytelling about those Chinaware which are found on the island and where it come from and how it landed here. And we also touch base on the history of the Maldives when it comes to the people itself and the evolution of this country. So it's very unique. It's well, as I said, it's the first museum in a resort concept, which is officially recognized. So today in the Maldives, there's only 2 museums. There's one in Male, and the second one is at Cora Cora, which is built by the resort itself. So obviously all this heritage, his part and all these artifacts belong to the people of the Maldives. It doesn't belong to the resort, but we're here to showcase it. And I always encourage people, if they're staying 7 nights at Cora Cora, to just take 1 hour and watch and go and see those artifacts. And there is a guided tour also where they will learn quite some interesting element and facts. This question has always been asked: how good is your house reef? And most of the time, before, we used to share a picture or a video from our mobile phone. You know, I think until today, we're still the first resort in the Maldives to have an underwater camera, which is fixed on our house reef, and it's live streaming through the website. So you go on coracoraresorts.com, you click on the live camera on the website, and that will give you access to the underwater camera, and you can share that with your client, and they can watch it themselves to see the quality of the house reef at Cora Cora. And there's a second camera also, which is showing you a bird's eye view of the island, and most of the time in the afternoon you see the sunset. So that could be used also as a camera to check the weather, because that's always a question. How's the weather in the Maldives right now? Is it raining? Is it cloudy? And it's always a tricky one to answer. And when's the best time to go to the Maldives? So I always say it's a year-round destination. It depends what the clients really want. But you have 2 cameras now to check. One is underwater and one is above. When it comes to water sport, all the non-motorized activities are included in your premium all-inclusive. Your snorkeling equipment also is included. So the minute you arrive at Cora Cora, after your check-in, you can head directly to the water sport, get your snorkeling equipment, fittings all done, and you can keep it with you until the last evening of your departure. Anything non-motorized is not part of your all-inclusive, so hence it's chargeable, and all that pricing can be shared with you by Hummingbird, or I will show you shortly how this can be viewed. We also have Moksha Spa and Wellbeing. It's our spa. For any stay minimum of 8 nights, any guest will receive a complimentary of 45 minutes spa treatment per person per stay. And at Moksha Spa, we don't treat it just like a spa with traditional Swedish or Thai or Balinese massage, but there's more to it. We do have regular workshop, and you have consultation with our consultant in Moksha, where you can, for example, test the quality of your skin while you're staying with us. And you have yoga, sunrise, sunset yoga, and sound healing, which is a hit at Cora Cora. A lot of guests do get hooked to it after the first session. So something to try while you're staying at Cora Cora. Minibar is part of your all-inclusive, which is replenished once a day. We do have different other activities also, how to make sushi, Indian cuisine classes, or pizza classes, or how to make a good cocktail while you're back home. Wi-Fi throughout the whole resort, and we have a very good boutique where you can grab some souvenir before you leave back home, or if you've missed something, you know, you can always go and get your basic amenities in the boutique. Very well priced. And every week on Wednesdays, we have like Dolce Vita meet and greet, where Justin, the general manager, and all our managers on property are there in a much informal way with a drink in hands, and we get to talk to the guests. Of course, the managers are there every day and we have access to the guests, but this meet and greet does bring a little bit more to it, and guests do open up during that 1 hour meeting over sunset, and we do get the feedback what we are doing great and where we can improve also. So this is happening every Wednesday, where you have this meet and greet with management and the guest itself. I won't go too much into details here when it comes to the exclusive benefit. This can be shared to you by Hummingbird, but this is also on the website. We have a lot of repeaters at Cora Cora, so hence there's quite a few benefits there for them, and wedding, birthdays, and honeymoon. When it comes to sustainability, which is something which does go around quite a bit, how sustainable we are. We are a Green Globe certified resort since opening. So we've been certified now since 2 years. And to add to that, we are an accredited She Travel Club. What it means is it's a safe place for solo travelers to come to stay with us, mainly ladies, women. You know, we've been certified that it's a safe place for single travelers to come and stay at Cora Cora, because it's always a dilemma, especially when you have those solos women wanting to travel the world, and there's always which resort is the right one for me, and will I be safe there while I'm staying with this hotel, with this property, and it's so far away. So this gives accreditation, and we are very proud since we've been accredited, that we've seen an increase in our single or solo travelers at Cora Cora. Now, this is what I've been mentioning throughout this presentation, is we have our own Cora Cora Maldives application available on Apple Store or Google Play, depending on your devices. So you can download this the minute your client have booked Cora Cora. Here you can log in with the hotel confirmation, and you can start booking all your dinners almost 6 to 9 months prior to arrival. You can see all the kids' activities. You can see all the menus, price list of the spa. You can see all the excursion list and the dive center list. So everything is there, all the menus of each restaurant, the beverage inclusion, all the wine, the spirits, the cocktail, mocktails, everything is there for you. So you can start making your reservation to book your table in advance for all your dinners and also for all your excursion. So your client doesn't have to really bother you and you writing to Hummingbird or to the hotel. They have that freedom to book, and they can cancel also. There's no financial information shared here on this application. They can't make payment, and they will never see how much they paid for their villa. So it's nothing to do with the actual booking. It's more of an add-on, and it gives the guests the freedom to do all these activities at the comfort of their own home prior to arrival. Just 2 years of opening, we've been able to acquire some accolades, and that is testimony to all our partners who have supported us since the beginning, and one of them is Hummingbird. Without our partners, we will not be able to achieve those awards. And also the team on property, we've got 220 plus staff on the island, which have made quite a lot of our guests happy, and returning guests also. We've got guests returning for the 5th time or even 6th time at Cora Cora within 2 years. So this is a 2 handful of the awards we were able to collect the last 2 years since we opened. We started 2024 strong, and we are hoping that we will have your full support from the UK or from wherever you're sitting right now in Europe or outside Europe. the team and myself are here at your full disposal. We're here to support you with any requests you may have. I have full confidence in this product. I think it shows also with the reviews we've been getting on TripAdvisor, on Google Review, and it's great to see that what we have created here in terms of the inclusion, the pricing, it's a winning formula, and we are attracting the right clientele, which we always wanted, and we handpick our partners also in each country. So hence the consistent support hopefully will be there in the near future, and hopefully we can close 2024 on a high note like we did the last 2 years. Thank you very much, and I hope I have touched base on all the elements, but if there's anything, let me know now.
Amazing, thank you, Vishen. And yeah, you went through everything. I think that it's actually amazing how much Cora Cora has to offer that kind of sets it aside from so many other properties, all the different kind of elements, and obviously the historical part as well is really cool and super, super unique for the Maldives. So we do have a couple questions, a few questions. So the first one is, do you have a seaplane lounge?
We don't have a dedicated Cora Cora seaplane lounge. We use the communal lounge of Maldivian, which is our seaplane company. I'll be very honest as always. The reason why we didn't want to go towards a dedicated Cora Cora lounge, that will mean that we have to increase the rate, which is not in our strategy of increasing rates when it comes to the transportation. That will be the primary reason. The second reason is that the waiting time is just under an hour, sometimes lesser. So the lounge which we are using at Maldivian is adequate. It's never so busy. Why it's never so busy? Because Maldivian is a small company. It's not like Trans Maldivian, which is the red aircraft company. So whenever our guest is arriving, because they don't serve many resorts, they don't have many flights also. So hence you feel that this is also a Cora Cora lounge, but it's not. But all our guests, to answer your question, do have access to the lounge on arrival.
Perfect, thank you. And we've got another question, which is, how deep is the lagoon where the lagoon villas are located, depending on tide level?
On low tide, I would say about a meter or a meter 20, and then on high tides it could go up to 1.50 m, 1.60 m.
Okay, great. So you could get straight into the water and
yes.
kind of start snorkeling regardless of the tide.
Yes. Yes.
Okay,
yes.
perfect. Another part of that question is the sand soft, or are there coral fragments? Like, can you stand?
There are coral fragments, obviously. It's a natural island. We when it comes to sustainability, also we try not to damage this natural beauty. But you have easy access into the lagoon. You can walk barefoot. If that answers your question, it's a barefoot island.
Yeah. I feel like most properties I feel like that I've got onto, you can feel a few bits of coral, but I feel like that's quite natural, especially in the Maldives with how much coral there is.
And it's a good food therapy also.
Yeah, exactly. And we've got another question, which is, it's just about the list of all the complimentary excursions which are included in the all-inclusive plan. So yes, you do obviously have a list for that, so I can send that to this agent who's asked for those. And then we've got another question, which is about beverages. A lot of all-inclusive resorts serve what I would describe as cheaper bottles of wine. Does Cora Cora serve premium brands such as Provence Rosé, or a nice Chianti?
Yes, we have up to 70 types of wine in our wine list. So we don't use the word house wine at Cora Cora. We've got wine ranging from New Zealand Europe all the way to Chile and Argentina. You're able to find it on the application, on the mobile app. You don't have to have a confirmation number to access the mobile app. You can go into dining and see all the wine there. We have, as I say, we start with champagne, sparkling, rosé, white, red. And for example, if I may start with a basic one, most resort with an all-inclusive concept or premium all-inclusive concept, they'll give you one type of beer, which is on the tap. That's the only one you will get, right? And then the others, it will be with supplement, or to the least maybe 2 types. At Cora Cora, we give you 6 types of beers, and all European based, and one of them is Asia, which is Asahi.
Yeah. Perfect. Great. So yeah, then we have one of the viewers has got a booking coming up at Cora Cora, so she wants to just get in contact with you about some questions. So I'll get in contact with her and pass her on. And yeah, that's it for all the questions. So if anyone does think of anything afterwards, then please do feel free to email me, olivia@hummingbird.travel, and I can check with Vishen on whatever it is that you need to know. So yeah, thank you so much, Vishen, for joining us today and going through everything about Cora Cora. And hopefully the weather gets a bit better in Germany for you.
Thank you, and thank you for all your time, everyone. And as I said, we are here to support you. The Hummingbird team is here. So I look forward to a great collaboration in 2024. Thank you.
Perfect. Okay, thanks so much, everybody, and speak to you soon.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, Olivia. Thank you. Bye-bye.